Hey YouTube, what's going on? Malicious Intent here with another True Draco deck profile. I've completely actually revamped the deck, so you're not going to see, well, obviously you're still going to see a variant of the previous videos, but I changed quite a few cards, maybe 4 or 5 in the main deck, and I completely revamped the side deck for this build. The last 3 tournaments I went to, I lost out in top 8 twice. Sorry, the last 4 tournaments I went to, I lost out in top 8 twice. I didn't make top 8, and then last night I came last place. I have been playing this game for 15 years, and not once at a regional, a YCS, or at a local level have I ever come last place at a tournament. So that was an eye-opener for me, that this side deck really needs to be retooled, and I really need to change a few cards in the main. So here's the new build. We got your 1 Dynamite Nightmite. This actually on the OCG ban list just came to 3. Now I know they have Diagram banned or at 1. I can't remember which one. I'm pretty sure it's banned though in the OCG. But perhaps because, you know, the TCG ban list that comes out at some point in July between the 1st and the 15th, most likely. Maybe even the 1st and the 20th. Hopefully not that long. But the 1st and the 15th for sure, I think the ban list is going to come out. And perhaps Dynamite goes to 2. I like that they brought it to 3 in the OCG, but again, the Diagram's banned there, so I'm not sure if it's having an impact on their format at all. I really doubt it, but I would like to see him go to 2, as would all of my viewership that are True Draco players. Then we got 3 Ignis Heat and 2 Majesty Maiden. In my previous builds, I think I was playing 1 Majesty Maiden and double Waterfall, and if not, I'm pretty sure I just tested that for 2 of the last 4 tournaments, and I do not like double Waterfall and just 1 Majesty Maiden, so I went back up to 2 Majesty. That's it for the monsters. On for the spells. We've got the MVP of the deck, 3 Card of Demise, 2 Pot of Desires. I'm testing this. In the last tournament, the last few tournaments, I've only resolved Pot of Desires once on average in a game, and I try to have the second, if drawn, a Diagram target. So that's why I'm testing out 2, because I want to see it in my first 3 turns, but I don't want to resolve it twice. So if all of you who are, you know, playing True Draco, thinking, you know, on the fence like I was, rather, on whether I should play Card of Demise or not. If you're going to play it, play 2 so you see it. If you're not going to play it, that's okay too. Many of my builds in the past, and many of my successful builds at tournaments, did not, before, like, as of late, so before this month, it has not been in the deck up till now. And I've been trying it recently, and 2 seems like the right number. 1 Upstart Goblin. This is a new card I put in the builds that I haven't played in tournament yet, but instead of 2 Poly Duality, I'm going to run 3. Then we've got 2 Terraforming, which is standard. 3 Dragonic Diagram. Now for the True Draco cards. 3 True Draco Heritage. 3 Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix. All of that is standard. I guess, like, you really could play with 1 less Heritage. I haven't tried yet, but I've seen builds where they've dropped a copy of Heritage for a Waterfall. But again, that's playing 2 Waterfall Dragon Souls, and I personally don't like that. Then we've got the 1 True King's Return and 3 True Draco Apocalypse, standard, in the build, in every build. 1 Waterfall Dragon Souls. I didn't want to take it out of the deck entirely because it is that wire monster to your hand when you don't have one, and if you open too many, or you just happen to want to play Card Demise, for example, or you've already resolved a Card Demise, and you've got multiple monsters in your hand, Face Down Waterfall resolves that for you by sending them to the graveyard and drawing cards. So I still want to play the 1. Then we've got Floodgates, 3, there can be only 1, 2 Monarch's Erupt. I don't like 3. I draw it far too often when I don't need it or when there's already one face up on the field. And Twin Twisters, the target is not usually Monarch's Erupt. So I find 2 sufficient. And I'm main decking Soul Drain. Soul Drain hits Salamangreat, it hits Orcust, it hits Thunder Dragon. I guess it also hits Sky Striker Ray. It can't activate the start to chain, so Sky Striker Ray's effect to be special summoned from the graveyard, it stops that as well. So main decking it, I thought this format, which I haven't done yet, but I just bought a copy online because no one has them for trade. I wanted a super rare, but they weren't online, like for sale, at least on YugiOhMarket.com, where I buy my cards. But this Soul Drain is imperative to be in the main deck right now. It's the best floodgate for the format. Then we've got 3 Solemn Strike, rounding off the deck at 40 cards. I had it at 42 last tournament because I was trying Metaverse with Mystic Mine in the deck, so I had a 42 card build because I didn't want to overdraw the Terraformings and the Metaverses, and obviously didn't want to hard draw the Mystic Mine. I'd much rather it be a Metaverse target. So I was trying a 42 card build. It's still not working out for me. It's still not cracking top 40, the Metaverse and the Mystic Mine. Even main decking 1 Mystic Mine in a 40 card build, it's not cracking that right now. It's not good enough. So I've taken it out completely for this build. And then onto the side deck. Again, True Draco does not need an extra deck. Obviously, if you opt not to play Monarch's Erupt, you can have cherries in your side deck with 15 cherries targets, or like 13 cherries targets and 2 usable monsters. If you're playing Crackdown, I really like the rank 6 Vampire. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I own a pair of them. That's only a $2 card. So if you want to play Crackdown and you want to play no Erupt, so probably Crackdown instead of Erupt, that rank 6 Vampire zombie monster is really good. And obviously cherries in the side deck. But because I'm playing the Monarch's Erupt, we've got 3 Artifact Lancia, 1 Black Garden for Sky Strikers, wrecks them. Then we've got 3 Called by the Grave. That's Sky Strikers, that's Salamangreat, that's, Luna Lights, if they're playing Danger Luna Light or Orcust Luna Light. That's also Orcust monsters being banished before, instead of their own effects banishing them. 2 summon limits, mostly for Salamangreat and Thunder Dragon, but it's got some rogue. It's a good rogue tech as well. And it's good for Guard Dragons. Playset Evenly Matched. And finally a playset Heavy Storm Duster. I've said this in my previous videos. Twin Twister, you can't afford the discard of the resources. Heavy Storm Duster, much better option in True Draco. So that's it. Like if you like this video, subscribe if you really liked it, tell all your Yu-Gi-Oh friends, and have yourselves a wonderful week. I'll probably make another video next Sunday, let you know how this build went, like how things went in the 2 local tournaments I'll play this week.